Greetings, Gnomes and Nomads! Welcome back to Castlegoat. In the last episode, we finally met our foe, though they were rather rude and didn't pause to introduce themselves before they tried to hack us down, which they failed at, thankfully. But in this episode, we're going to have to be focusing on fleshing out our defenses, or at least finishing the primary perimeter wall, so that there's only one way into the camp. In addition to that, we're going to have to start thinking of the industries we're going to need to set up to support our ongoing war efforts. Right, well, at the moment we are currently pushing back this wall. This is a temporary thing because ultimately I actually want to reclaim all of this land behind here. Maybe not all of it, maybe just a very large part of it. My plan is to eventually have stairs coming up here and having like a sort of flat area of arable land. Maybe walled off, with the like raised walls out of brick running around the perimeter, and then just all green land up here where I can build outdoors buildings, have large farms, manicured gardens, that sort of thing. But for now, we just want to restrict access to that area. Now, we want to remove these ramps as well, just to prohibit as much movement as we can. And we also need to get rid of these ramps. Zoom out a little bit. Okay, this is what I'm going to do to push the guard post back and to dig it into the hill a little bit more, just to give us some more room inside. Let's get rid of those ramps, shall we? Those ones and those ones. That should make this fairly good. We're going to have the stone wall coming all the way out there, so first step towards that is we will mine this away, like so, and then deconstruct all of these walls. Alas, after all that work putting them together. Oh well. Now, whilst they're working on that, let's get the rest of the brick walls made. We want basalt blocks only, because soon we are going to be cutting... Oh, no. I'm cancelling stuff that I don't need to cancel. Soon we're going to be cutting into the other blocks so that I can have two different colors of blocks, as that'll allow me to do some nice stuff for the eventual Grand Hall. Now, other than that, once these wall bits here are built, we will actually have sealed off the camp completely, and that will be a very, very good point. But let's get some rock before we do anything else. Yeah, we'll hollow all of this up here. We want to dig ramps from about there, and we'll go all the way down as well. There we go. Should keep everyone busy for a little while. Now, as I mentioned, we are going to be... Ooh, actually... It's coming to nighttime, so I'm actually going to cancel that job. We'll do that in the daytime, because I don't know how often the goblins actually arrive. Whether it's every night once they start showing up, or every other night, or something like that, I forget. So... for the time being, I mean, we're going to have people working here. Early warning still, so... But we will wait to actually go out and do any significant works outside until we've actually got daytime. I have to start putting a wall up there as well, a floor rather. Okay, they've almost finished. This is great work. Well done. Ah, there we are. I knew it. Bloody nighttime raids, you cowards! But you are about to face off against Tamiz with a copper pickaxe, and you have nothing, you foolish goblin. Now, everyone should be getting ready to attack this guy. All squads, which is everyone, I believe. Let's just double check that, though. Because we want everyone out there. That's everyone there. Easiest way to check, I think, is just to check if anyone doesn't have an S next to their name. Nope, everyone is on their way. Very well, let us begin this fight. Oh, there's a second one. Really? Are there two there? Right, okay, one goblin who's got nothing, I think. Yeah. And one goblin fighter. Now, he could be equipped. A worn copper warhammer. Okay, that's not the worst thing that they could have. It's going to hurt, but it's not going to be as bad as it could be. Let's get into this fight. We have got people with axes. There should be another axe over there. Oh no, it'll be a worn axe, so never mind. Get into the fight quickly before someone gets hurt. Let's check this out. whilst the fight is happening, and I can easily see this. Tamiz, why are you carrying a basalt block? You should be using your pick. Punch Tamiz, smashing the skin, smashing the abdominal muscles, and crushing the guts. That's not good. Dodged Tamiz's attack. Sheila picks up the pine log. Tamiz is getting a real pounding in his abdomen. Kicks Tamiz. Oh, smashing the bone. That's really not good. Daper McJester picks up the pine log. Stop it! You must wield weapons, not logs. Though, honestly, if you can batter someone with a whole log, I suppose that is okay. Wow, Sheila swings with her pine log at the goblin, hitting the mouth and crushing the jaw. The goblin's mouth has been mangled. Yeah, damn right. Okay, the goblin kicked at Sheila, but she dodged out of the way because the goblin was in too much pain to really aim properly. Daper McJester swings with the copper pickaxe. There we go. Someone actually using their brain for once. Hitting the right arm, poking the skin, poking the muscle, and poking the bone. The goblin's right arm is bleeding and an artery has been struck. Well done. Sheila missed with her copper felling axe, however. Goblin tried to punch McJester, but he just missed, really. Deathbot picks up a pine log. Deathbot punches the goblin, smashing the skin and smashing the bone. That was a good punch. In the left foot, no less. Aavak punches the goblin, hitting the left leg, smashing the skin, smashing the muscle, and smashing the bone. Goblin falls to the ground. Oh, you're doomed now. Oh, no, wait. Goblin punches Deathbot, smashing the muscle, smashing the bone in his left leg, and Deathbot fell to the ground. Alana punches the goblin. Our heavy hitter has joined the fray, hitting the lower body, smashing the skin, smashing the abdominal muscles, and crushing the guts. But we aren't really going that well at the moment. It's a bit back and forth, a little bit too much back and forth, honestly. Seriously injured his mouth, injured lower body, bleeding from his right arm. What about you? You hurt at all? No, that's not good. Quickly, finish him off quickly, because he's currently just walloping someone. Okay, let's check out how combat is going now. Are any of our guys bleeding? His goblin's right eye is mangled. Left leg is bleeding. ArchXL falls to the ground because the goblin punched him in the left leg. I'm just going to look for the purple text. Unfortunately, Gnomoria, unlike Dwarf Fortress, most of this is just fluff text. I mean, it does have some stuff there, like damaging to the lungs or the heart. That is, measured and is usually lethal. But when it's saying this bruising the bone and crushing the guts, I don't think that actually means anything. I think it's just fluff text. Whereas in Dwarf Fortress, that would actually be a wound and someone would need to treat it in some way. Goblin falls to the ground, goblin's lower body is bleeding, but the purple text is the important stuff. It's usually when someone's knocked over, a part of their body's been chopped off, or it's been mangled. There we go. The goblin's been disarmed. Who did that? Sheila swung with her pine log at the goblin, hitting the right arm, smashing the skin, and smashing the muscle. Well done. Goblin has died, goblin suffocated. Who got the kill? ArchXL kicks the goblin, hitting the neck, smashing the skin, and crushing the throat. Very well done indeed. Tamiz swings with his copper pickaxe at the goblin, hitting the upper body, poking the skin, poking the ribs, and piercing through the lung. The goblin's upper body is bleeding and it's having trouble breathing. Okay, well, I think we've won this, especially now it's been disarmed. So, there we go. Well done, everyone. Now, if you can finish off this work, then we can move on. I would really like it if you brought in that worn axe, though. For this, since no one is bringing anything in, they're not really stowing these weapons, so we're going to make a specific place for worn weapons. Just a regular stockpile. So if you guys can store those weapons for me, I would appreciate it, because I don't want to leave it out there, since I could eventually use that to make better weapons. That is, I can melt it down. Okay, right, well, the outer wall is now made, so I'm going to finish off this wall, and then we will finally have everything under control. The only way into the fort will be here. Not that that makes a huge amount of difference right now, but it will eventually. I'm not going to put a wall around there because something could just walk over there, but I will eventually do that. But now that we've slain our foes, let's go and get some mining done, because I don't think we're going to have a second goblin attack in the same night. And I don't believe we need to worry about mounts yet, so may as well make the most of it while we can. Go ahead and get that done. Now, I do apologize if my neighbour's lawnmower is audible over my commentary. I hope it's not. But if it is, there's not really much I can do about it right now. But I'll see what I can do about planning my timing a little bit better in the future. Oh, I see why they can't do that. That makes perfect sense now. Damn it, I thought that was a flaw. Okay, we'll just get rid of that. And finally, we'll have everything sorted. Now, whilst you're doing that, I need to see if we've got everything we need to make the butcher's workshop. So, butcher's workshop, where are you? We need a knife. Do we have what we need for a knife? And someone did point out, it would just be a lot easier if I just went in here and turned off accept generated jobs. On the whole, I actually want certain workshops to do that. So I'll probably set up specific workshops eventually that will accept generated jobs. But for now, we will leave it as having none of these doing that. We need a knife. Have we got what we need for a knife, though? That is the question there. Let's see, we've got a knife blade, so we probably just don't have a hilt. So let's have that made. Where are you? Hilt. This will require any stick. That's fine. Use a pine stick for that, then. And there we go. Now, since we're not accepting generated jobs, I can go ahead and tell them to build this. It doesn't matter what they build it out of. There is only going to be one knife, so we'll stick this. It's a little bit messy and all over the place, but we'll stick it there. Now we've got 4 goblins that they can turn into delicious goblin sandwiches, and I eagerly await this. Down here, we need to remove these ramps. I hadn't even noticed that, but good that I was looking from this particular angle, otherwise that could have surprised me quite badly later on. Okay, there's that done. So all we need now is to finish off this wall, and finally, the fort is somewhat safe. At the moment, we're not really having any trouble with goblins. They're not particularly well armed, and all of our gnomes are getting combat experience. So, but on that note, let's check out our kingdom worth. Our total worth is 3,500. A far cry from the staggering kingdom worth that Spider Slaughter had, and probably why we're not having too much trouble. Really, guys? Really? I keep giving you opportunities to surprise me with how intelligent you are, and you keep disappointing me. But one thing we do want is a market stall. In fact, we would like a few. Now we could just need 3 tables and 1 chair. So let's get those queued up. We want 3 tables and a chair. Requires 5 blocks. No, we'll make those out of wood, but we will make the chairs out of blocks. So go ahead. Let's have 3 market stalls. So we'll have 3 chairs there. And we'll set up, well, it'll have to be 9 tables, unfortunately. Oh, and sticks. Really? Needs 4 sticks, no less. Okay. Well, let's make pine sticks then. So we'll need 2 for each table. Wow, it'll actually take much more time to do this by doing it through the carpenter. Well, we'll actually have stone tables. Sod it. These gnomes are taken after the dwarves. Everything will be made of stone. Go ahead and make 9 tables. And once that's all done, then we can finally build 3 market stalls. Butcher is finished. Right. We want you to handle killing corpses and excess livestock. Only the excess, though. We don't want you killing any of our precious yaks that we actually want to keep. Now, since we've got the tables being made and I no longer have to worry about them accidentally using the table I wanted to be used for the butcher, we'll go ahead and set up these market stalls. Let's set them up about here. Now the reason I'm building 3 is this is summer. If we can get all 3 of these made by the 5th, then we have a very good chance of getting 3 merchants. But I'm not sure if merchants are affected by Great Hall or a lack thereof. However, on the off chance that that is the case, I think it would probably be wise of us to have a look at making one. So for that, we're going to need to dig out a fair old bit of land because I want this great hall to be fairly big. I'm going to pause it while I'm doing this. Yeah, we'll stretch this out. I want to make this an interesting great hall this time because I didn't last time. And I always kind of regretted that. We can make it sort of an interesting shape like this, I guess. 3. We'll make it a circular great hall. I suppose that wouldn't be a bad thing. It's not particularly enormous, but this can be a temporary great hall. So this is like a great hall intermediary stage. There we are. Now, replacing these walls is going to be a bit of a pain. Mostly because part of the wall out here is going to turn into rock. But, oh well, there's not much you can do about that. Wow, you're actually doing that job really well, and people are cleaning up really well behind you. I approve of this. I'm not used to you guys being so efficient. Right. Now, let's go check out the basalt. Oh, whoa. There's 3 different types of rock, really? Sandstone, marble, and basalt. Wow. I approve. I approve greatly of this. Let's dig some more. And we'll take this down to about here. And then dig down around there as well. There we go. Get that done for me, please. Though, actually, it's starting to become nighttime. Ah, damn it. Okay. You know what? I should probably cancel this and we'll do more of this later. I'll let you finish that since you're probably already on your way and it won't take you very long to do it. I'm a little bit concerned. Hurry up. And get back quickly. I think that was Daper McJester. I think he's the blondie in this one. Okay. Well, Daper McJester is either going to be attacked on his way back or he'll be fine. I hope for the latter, obviously. Wow, have you already killed all of those goblins? My lord, you were efficient. I wonder who did this. Look at all that precious goblin meat. Okay, well, we're going to vary our gnomes' diets then. Let's get some sausages going. I'm not going to tell them what to make the sausages out of. That's obsessive-compulsive to a whole other level. But we are going to have 10 sausages at any one time. And now that we've actually got sausages, we will set them up to make 10 sandwiches at any one time as well. Actually, no, we're going to set them up to make at least 50 sandwiches. So this way they'll continually use up the bread and sausages and more will be made if it's available. And I'm putting the sandwiches up high because sandwiches, generally speaking, offer the greatest nutritional value. Well, nutrition is probably the wrong word, but it fills them up the most for the longest. So sandwiches are better than bread or sausages on their own. I think it's got like a modifier that gets applied to how much fullness they receive from eating it. Now then, are you just bringing those down one at a time? Because if you are, I'm not happy with that. Someone should go and collect some. Okay, it looks like people are rushing off to try and gather it. That's really not good. Let's designate an area purely for stones then. Man, I'm digging into the area that I've set aside for my guardhouse. I'm not particularly happy about that, but for the time being, just get these done so people aren't walking off by themselves to gather one stone here and there. Oh, wait, no. Looks like someone may have been smart enough to bring the stones down. Okay, I approve of this. I approve. Right, well, whilst that's all being made, I suppose one thing we could do is have the carpenter actually make some more chests, or rather crates, because we definitely do need those. What have we got the most of? We'll make pine planks. Go ahead and we're waiting on an applewood workbench apparently. But what? I'm not sure. But we're apparently making one. I'm actually going to cancel that. I would like about 5 more crates. So if you can get that done for me, I would be in your debt. What's the sawmill like? Looks like it's doing okay. More applewood is being brought in all the time, and people are bringing logs in. Right, we've got 1 crate already. Fantastic. That was actually pretty good. Did that really fast. Let's get that crate made and place it here. Now, although I'm not going to start the metal industry just yet, I think it will probably be wise if I started to look at what is going to be needed to make at least a furnace so I can make some charcoal. With that, I'll be able to make some torches, so I'm going to need a furnace and a bellows. Okay. I believe the furnace is made in the stonemasons, so that should be easy for me to do. It takes 10 blocks, though. That's actually quite a lot. I would like that made of basalt. And the bellows, I'm almost certain, is made in a carpenter. Yes, it is. Only 2 planks, though. That's fantastic. We'll make that out of birch, then, once the crates are made. Once we have that, we are going to build the workshop. In fact, I'll set it up now. Under the metal area. We'll have this built just so I can get some charcoal, so I can stick up some torches, because that's greatly going to enhance our visibility of any potential goblin attackers. Man, I wish you guys would bring in all that fruit. What are you going to store in there? What is in there? It is pine logs. So you're probably off to gather logs, I take it, to bring back. I hope. Maybe not. Yes, yes you are. Fantastic. Wow. Going really far away. Oh, I see. Well, it's good that you're getting all of that in from outside, actually. I approve of this. Though perhaps I should make an extra wheelbarrow or two. Because I noticed not where are you going? Oh, okay. I noticed not many people are actually using wheelbarrows, so I'm going to set that up in here. And you notice the bellows was made before the pine crates, because there was birch wood available and there wasn't pine, so they don't get hung up on jobs that they can't complete. If there's a job later in the list that they can complete, they will move to that. Now the wheelbarrow is going to need 2 sticks and 4 planks. Okay, so let's get some sticks going. We'll make this out of applewood, so that will make us 2 sticks, and then, in fact, we'll make 2 of these. We'll then make it out of applewood planks and whatever stick, really. We'll just make 2 of those. It's going to be a while until we've got those wheelbarrows, I suspect, but in the meantime, we're waiting on the crates more than anything, because without the crates there's not actually much use for the wheelbarrows that we have. But we do have the bellows, and we're continually making more of these, so we should have all 3 market stalls in time. We won't have much to trade. That is a problem. But if nothing else, we can trade saplings that we've cut, or additional straw that we just don't need. Now, let me just check this trough. The trough actually has 32 grain in it. Oh, we've got 3 yaks. I didn't even notice. My lord, that's fantastic. So we've got 2 females and a male, I suspect. No, actually, we can store lots of males, so we'll reduce that to 1. Are any of you... are both you males? If you are, that would be good. No, damn. I really want the bones, basically. Once we've got bones, we can make a bone needle, and once we've got a bone needle, we can actually get our cloth production up. And that is desperately needed for bandages. That is the primary reason that I want bones right now. I don't really care for anything else that it could make. The gnomes can sleep on straw beds for now. It's not that much of a problem. But until we've got a bandage production going, then we are at risk. Now then, I'm going to let you guys continue to work for a little bit, but it's quite early, and I don't suspect that we're going to be attacked by goblins anytime soon, so let's get up here and continue to mine this down. We want the marble because I really want to try and make the Great Hall stand out with different coloured blocks, etc. Now, you may be asking yourself, why am I doing all of that all the way over there when there's probably stone just a little bit deeper in here? And that is a good question, honestly. I will look to do that in a little bit. Probably in the next episode, or between this episode and the next, I'll set up some mining branches to explore this area. But because I want to make this sort of the living area into this tower, I don't really want to have any strip mining going on, so I'll probably come off to the side and have a little ways down and actually start mining into the depths, just to find a decent source of stone closer to the gnomes. Now, they're rushing off with a wheelbarrow. Oh, come on. Come grab the other wheelbarrow. Don't go up there on your own, you fools. Ah, there we go. Who is this? Sheila. I should have known. Should have known it would be Sheila being clever. Alana doesn't need a wheelbarrow because her fists and her arms are so strong. So you can lug those stones around. She's probably carrying like 20 rocks right there. Just balancing them. Okay, we've got a stock of marble. That is really good. So we're going to need... Right, I want you to have... You've got 20 basalt blocks there. The sandstone, I don't really like the colour, honestly. So I'm not going to tell you to worry about that. But I do want 20 marble blocks made. Oh, you know what? May as well, just for the sake of having the blocks available. I mean, it's not going to do me any harm. Now then, we've got all 3 of our market stalls. This is a good day. Now that does mean that the basalt furnace shouldn't be too far away. Now then, whilst that's happening, let's check out. More stuff's going on there. That's good, that's good. Let's get another trough made as well. Of course, out of basalt to match the other one that we've got. In fact, let's have another 2. In fact, let's have another 3. That way we can store lots of straw without me having to worry about it too much. Let's get that one in there. And we'll have 2 on this side and 2 on that side. People have pointed out that apparently the yaks don't spot goblins, and that is a pain. And eventually that means I am going to be moving this somewhere else and probably trying to position a house or maybe even like a temporary meeting place or some often used workshops so that there's someone here quite a lot of the time and they can act as my spotters instead of the yaks. I'm quite disappointed that the yaks won't spot enemies. That is a shame. I mean, what use is a yak that can't spot your enemies, I ask you? But we clearly need a bit more dirt collection going on, so let's designate another area. And as you can see, this early bit of the fort is very quickly becoming extremely messy. And that grieves me somewhat, but not much we can do just yet. Once we've got some things in order, especially once we actually start moving some of the workshops indoors and actually having a storage area, much like we did with Spider Slaughter, with well set up priorities for storage, then things out here will get a lot tidier. And I have some plans of like actually having paths and avenues, like with trees dotted along the paths. I really want to kind of shape the gardens of this fort. It's something I wanted to do with Spider Slaughter, but we all know how that turned out. But I am convinced that we can get that done. I'm not going to commit myself to any grand projects just yet. I've got a few in mind already, having looked at the map. But if I talk about them, I'm going to jinx them, and we're never going to get to them. Or we'll try, and then people will die trying to do it, and then I'll get dismayed and won't want to work on it anymore, etc., etc., etc. Now, we've already got some troughs. That's fantastic. And the sun has set. That is not fantastic. What's it like up here? Okay, well, you've got on all the rock from up there. That's good. And I'm fairly sure that that is the sound of imminent combat. Okay, well, hopefully no one's got any jobs to do outside. We're about to see the goblins show up any moment. There we go. Now I've actually learned to properly listen out for that sound. We're a lot better at dealing with this. Goblin fighter, you're so doomed. You've only got a warhammer. That's no good against us. What else? Oh, you've got a very big sword. That is very good against us. Oh, that's not good. Everyone, oh, you're already bleeding. Run away. Is there any... Yes, there are. Oh, thank goodness. That was over quickly. Is anyone bleeding? Anyone bleeding? Anyone still bleeding? Any new blood on the floor? No? Whose blood was this? Metasapia's blood. Oh, I would have cried if we'd lost Metasapia. Metasapia, how are you feeling? Let's check you out. Did you lose any parts of your body? Seriously injured her lower body. But you're not bleeding. That will heal in time, I'm hoping. Maybe? I don't know. I'm afraid, as much as I don't want to butcher you, I'm afraid you must die. One of you must die. That was the male. Okay, sorry, but you must now die. Butcher, I need bones. I will not allow Metasapia to die because she's got a bad back. Go forth, collect one of the brave yaks whose death will be honoured. If I could make a yak statue, I most certainly would. Right, we've got bunches of bones now. Right, so job for the next episode, I think, is making a tailor's workshop. We're going to need a loom to turn the cotton into cloth, and a tailor's workshop to turn the cloth into bandages. And we're also going to need a bone carver's workshop to turn the bones into bone needles and other assorted bone bits. So we're going to need a table, we've got one chair, we need another knife. Well, damn it. I'll set this up now. I really don't mind what plank you use for that. Or what stick you use to make the hilt. I want a knife blade. You know what, let's... we've only got basalt blocks. Okay, fine. Any block will do. And then any knife blade, any hilt will do. We also then need a table. And again... No, we want that to be basalt. Make the table out of basalt. And then we will set this workshop up now. The other workshops I will set up in the next episode. But this one's a fairly easy one to set up. So we'll get that going now. We'll put it there. Boom. Have a nice little skull in the middle of our fort. You know, adds to morale. Well, assuming it's a goblin skull. In fact, you can stick skulls on pikes. Oh, the possibilities are endless now. So, with the spoils of war already being prepared for gnomish consumption, I am, of course, referring to the spoils of war that is the goblin corpses, because their weapons are really useless, but they do make delicious sandwiches. I must wrap this episode up. It does appear that the goblins are going to be harassing us every night. That isn't exactly the best thing, because it does mean I need to remain quite aware of the time of day when I'm setting up large works outside. But because we can predict when they're going to attack, we can exert a measure of control over the battles. Not least because we now have a choke point, a single access point to the fort, but being able to prepare, knowing roughly when they're going to show up, does give us a bit of an advantage. But that does mean that we now need to seriously prioritize bandage manufacture. That does mean that we need a couple of workshops to be able to do that, but we should be able to get that done in the next episode, along with work on the Great Hall, and if we're lucky, some extensive trading with a bunch of merchants who show up because it's summer and thus we get more than one. And finally, perhaps we will be able to give our gnomes some mushroom tea. But that's all for the next episode. I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I hope you'll join us for the next. But until then, do take care.